All right, today I'm going to go over 50 plus programs that hopefully make your life easier. Or remember, this is not only for you, this is hopefully for those around you. So please watch this. And I'm try to get as much audience participation as possible. I already got some chats in there. If people have suggestions on how to make your life easier, some life hacks out there. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ed Weir. I ran the third business Social Security office in the country. Before that, I worked for the Department of Social Services many moons ago when I actually had less hair. I was a sergeant in the Marine Corps. All right, let's stop stalling and we're going to get right into it. I'm going to read through these really fast because we only got an hour. And then if you got any remarks or anything like that, make sure you put it in the description if you're watching this later on a recording. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said, I'm going to go through these pretty fast. The number one thing you need to do, and which is what I'm doing in my new mission after retiring from Social Security, is making sure you're getting into the right program. Some people are receiving retirement benefits. They should have filed for disability benefits. They should have filed for survivor benefits. They should have filed for spouse benefits. So number one is to make sure your Social Security check is the right program. Another one is you're able to work. If a lot of people don't realize when you're receiving retirement benefits, survivor benefits, spouse benefits, disability, you are able to work. There are limitations. Once you hit your full retirement age, there are no more limitations. I've got several videos on that. I've got several videos on pretty much separate videos on most of these things. Number three is low income energy assistance. Call your energy people, call your the water, call your gas and say, hey, here's how much my Social Security check is. This is the only thing I'm getting. What can you do to help me out? Number four is Section 8 housing. With the upcoming change and the slashing of the budget, we're not exactly sure how much is going to stay out there anymore. But about 6 months ago, the federal government gave Section 8 housing a bunch of money. So if you applied, it takes for years. But they just got a bunch of money about 6 months ago. So maybe reach out again and say, hey, is there any openings yet? Number five is protective filing. This is one of the things a lot of people miss. Is basically they call Social Security for an appointment for retirement, disability, whatever, and they can't get through or whatever. The Social Security drops the ball, you get sick, you miss your appointment, and then 2 or 3 months later, then you go ahead and get it. Remember, the month you called is when you're protected. So you can actually start your benefits 1 or 2 or 3 months before because you called that particular month. So a lot of people miss that one. Number six, libraries. So one of my viewers brought me on to this one. They said a lot of libraries have Wi-Fi and Roku and stuff like that. So definitely reach out to your local library. And the more people go out there and make library cards, that's how the libraries get funded. More people get cards. So check out pocket Wi-Fi or something like that from the libraries. Number seven, Habitat for Humanity. Remember the old Jimmy Carter thing? He used to go out there and make houses and stuff. They're throughout the country. Sometimes they provide some type of appliances, help, volunteers, or something like that. Make sure you check them out. Number eight, Medicare, paying when you don't need it. Medicare Part A is free for most people. Part B next year is going to be $185, but a lot of people are paying it when they don't need it. If you have health insurance from work, yours or your spouse's, and the company has 20 or more employees, you do not need to sign up for Part B. I've got tons of videos on that, and I've got a partner that can help you with all things Medicare. I'll flash that phone number on the screen later. Number nine is called the Medicare Savings Program. If your Social Security benefits are pretty low and you've got no other income and resources, you can apply to the state for Medicaid. And if they approve you, depends on the level they approve you, they can actually pay for your Part B premium. So that puts an extra $185 back into your pocket. Number 10, extra help with your prescription drug, also called the low income subsidy. You file for that through the Social Security Administration, and it helps you with your prescription drugs. Number 11, smoothing. This is a new thing for next year, for 2025. If you have a hard time paying for your drugs, there's a cap next year of $2,000, the max you can pay, but some people pay a whole bunch of money and they're like, okay, I reached the $2,000 in like February. rather than paying $1,000 January, $1,000 in February, you can call your provider, your Medicare Advantage plan, your prescription drug plan, and say, hey, smooth me. And they can make those payments over an entire year rather than paying $1,000 or $2,000. That's a brand new thing for 2025. Number 12, state prescription assistance programs. Same type of situation. If you need help with your prescription drugs, individual states have help with prescription drugs. Number 13, Medicare Advantage, extra money. If you watch my channel, you know I'm always big on Medicare supplement plans, but if you're watching this video, you might not be able to afford the monthly premium. So a lot of people go to Medicare Advantage plans. You just have to keep up on those and check them every year. This is the time to do it by December 7th. Let me go ahead and pop my partners up, and they can help you review your plan. That's 100% free. And you just reach out to them. It's kind of crazy right now with there's millions of people that have been canceled. But anyway, the Medicare Advantage plans, they have a lot of extra benefits and people aren't taking advantage of those. Gym membership and over-the-counter cards and extra dental and stuff. And the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, Medicare, says, okay, how come your people aren't taking advantage of it? Do you make it difficult? Do you keep them aware they have these extra programs? So starting next year, 2025, in July, you're going to receive a letter, a mid-year letter that says, hey, you're signed up for our plan. And did you know you have gym membership? Do you know you have this extra dental? Do you know you have glasses you can take advantage of? So that's a brand new thing that starts in 2025. Number 14, prior authorizations, delays, denials, and benefits. That's one of the things about Medicare Advantage plans that are kind of difficult. Sometimes you need help navigating those prior authorizations and the denials and getting your benefits. So that's why I partnered up with Chapter there. They can help you out. Home health care. There are home health care agencies out there that can help you out. If you've got original Medicare or Medicaid, Medicare Advantage, it really depends on your particular situation and its funding. Sometimes these home health cares really don't like Medicare Advantage. They like Medicaid best. If someone tells you, hey, we're going to give you a Medicare Advantage card that has, $300 of grocery, but you lose your your home health care person that you like that comes out to your house 3 times a week or something, be careful of that. Sometimes Medicare insurance brokers will, don't worry about that. They just want to enroll you in a plan. But if you have a home health care worker, kind of think twice about it. Contact them and say, hey, I got this $300 grocery card I really, really like, but I really like you guys too. What should I do? And sometimes they say, well, no, if you get that one, then we're not going to be able to come out anymore. Or they'll say, oh, that's fine. So double check on that one. Number 16, save on taxes. We all love taxes, right? But there's 38 states that do not tax Social Security. It looks like I've already got a chat in there about someone moving to another state to save on Social Security tax. And I guess there's a proposal to not tax Social Security at the federal level, but we'll see what happens with that one. Number 17, don't hire a lawyer for a disability case. I've done several videos on filing for disability. I've taken hundreds of thousands of disability claims when I worked at the Social Security Administration. So if you want to hire a lawyer, fine, more power to you. But you have to understand, if you win next year, they're going to take $9,200, up to 25% of your back pay. And for the initial claims, I don't really recommend. If you can, if you want, initial claims, you can do it pretty much yourself. The reconsideration, the second stage, you can do it yourself. Once you get to the administrative law judge, the third stage, yes, then I definitely recommend a lawyer for that last stage. 18, long-term care facilities. Medicare.gov, go on to Medicare.gov. If you're looking for a long-term care facility for someone, Medicare.gov has a pretty good website that gives you a little bit of recommendations to kind of, narrow down your choices. And John Oliver last week tonight did a great show on long-term care facilities. So definitely check that out. 19, don't pay someone for a Social Security card. I see people wasting money. They need a replacement Social Security card and they pay some company and they're basically just buying the form. It's an SS5 and nobody charges for a Social Security card unless Social Security actually charges you for a Social Security card if you've requested too many of them. I forget what the number is now, but if you requested like 30 or 40 in your lifetime, I'm not sure what the number is. Not that many people request that many Social Security cards. But number 20, expatriate. People are moving overseas. It's cheaper to live in other countries. And so they're moving overseas. If you're a U.S. citizen, you can live anywhere in the world except for North Korea and Cuba. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you just have a green card. You need to check the Payments Abroad screening tool on SSA.gov. Another one is 21, medical tourism. You probably heard about this before. You go to another country and you get your heart or you get your dental done and stuff like that for like what 10 cents on the dollar than you would in the United States. You definitely check that out, but that seems like a popular thing nowadays. 22, AARP senior volunteers. This is through the Department of Labor, so we're not sure how long this is going to be. In my office, we brought in dozens and dozens of senior volunteers at my Social Security office. So reach out to AARP and say, hey, do you have any senior volunteer? It says volunteer, but you get the stipend from the AARP. So you get out of the house, get a little bit extra money and stuff. So reach out to them. Veterans, same thing. It's called NPWE, non-paid work experience. I had dozens of people that come to my office and did this non-paid work experience. It's not paid by Social Security. It's paid by the Veterans Administration. It's like a vocational rehab type of situation. And the people that I brought in, we checked them out for 6 months and saw how they worked, and they showed up on time and they were awesome and good customer service. And we ended up hiring a bunch of them. So you never know. You might work for, low pay for 6 months. I'm not sure how much the VA pays, but then you get a full job with the federal government. So, hey, can't beat that. All right, let's see here. State burial programs. You hear a lot of people out there saying, hey, there's this burial insurance and it's state sponsored. All insurance is regulated by the state. So your car insurance is state. So they kind of play around with the words and say it's a state program. It's not really a state program. It's regulated by the state, as all insurance is regulated by the state. So be careful there. Don't waste your money. 25, the infamous Obama phone is actually a Reagan phone, but Obama changed it to a cell phone. Reagan was a landline, but some people love those. Some people hate them. It really depends on the one you get. What I recommend is keep your old phone, get the free phone, keep it for about a month or so. And if you like it, then you return your old one. 26, home weatherization assistance by the Department of Energy. So the home weatherization assistance, we're going to start getting cold here. Reach out to them, Department of Energy in your particular area, and see if they can come in and make your home weatherized. Owning a car, 27. Some people are deciding, hey, with the registration and the gas and the maintenance and the monthly payment, I don't take that many trips. And so, hey, I'm just going to Uber it or Lyft or something like that and kind of play around with the numbers, and maybe you can get out of that whole car life. I could never do it. I'm a car guy. So anyway, but maybe in your particular neck of the woods. 28, getting a Medicare Advantage plan where you can actually afford a Medigap, a Medicare supplement plan, one of the N or Gs. Some people are enticed by those zero premium Medicare Advantage plans, but they don't realize that if they actually get sick, they might actually pay more with a zero premium Medicare Advantage because they got all it's a pay-as-you-go type system. If you have $1 million surgery or something, and you have a Medicare supplement plan G, you pay $240 and you're good for the $999,000 or so. 29, Medicare for those on disability. A lot of people don't realize that when you're on disability, SSDI, not SSI. SSI is the welfare-based program from Social Security. When you're receiving SSDI, after 24 months, you get Medicare. Some people have been on Social Security disability for a year or 2 or 3 or 4 years, and they say, I really need health care. And I'm like, why don't you use Medicare? I don't have it. They moved and didn't get their Medicare card or something, and they don't realize they even have Medicare. Number 30, ACA subsidies, the Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, whatever the case may be. They have subsidies. So if you're low income, make sure you check if your income changes one way or the other. Make sure you check to see if you're getting the correct subsidies. They're called advanced premium tax credits or cost sharing. 31, EBT, the food stamps. Make sure you reach out to the social services in your area. They also do Medicaid. They might be able to set you up with food stamps, Medicaid, whatever the case may be. 32, the infamous stimulus checks. Stay away from those bogus, websites and people saying, hey, call us or click here and you get a stimulus check. And, it goes around all the time. There's so much clickbait out there. Until you see the president of the United States in front of an American flag and, saying, patting themselves on the back that they're giving you $100 or $1,000 or whatever the case may be, don't believe it. Because when politicians give you money, they're going to tell you they're giving you money. So only listen to that. And checks in the mail, right? If it gets in your direct deposit, then you know it's actually reality. 33, respite care. A lot of local areas have respite care. So if you're taking care of someone and you just need a break, reach out to the county, city, states resources and say, hey, I need a break. And they will send someone to your house where you go decompress for a couple of days or so. 34, IRMA, the income related monthly adjustment amount. It's a higher Part B premium for high wage earners. But a lot of people don't realize you can get that adjusted if you have what's called a life-changing event. 35, I forgot to click there. 35 is university college courses. A lot of colleges and universities throughout the country provide free college courses or free classes to seniors and people out there. And I've been a university professor for over 20 years. I've got my final exams coming up here pretty soon. As soon as I get out of here, I got to prepare my study guide for my final exam. But anyway, I've been telling people if you look at a local college or university and you see a course you're really interested in, go knock on the professor's door and say, hey, I love this course. I've always been interested. Can I just kind of hang out in the back? I won't ask questions or anything. And so I've always told them to ask questions because they've always had the best questions. So go in there and check it out. It's free. 36, veterans health insurance. If you're a vet and you're having difficulties, low income, low resources, reach out to the Veterans Administration, get some health insurance from them. There's also called this Part B give back, the Medicare Advantage plans where you can pay for your Part B. So it depends on your particular area. Sometimes they can pay $50, $100, or all of your Part B for these programs. Be careful of those, though, because when a health insurance company gives you that money essentially for free, they're going to take it out of other places. But if you've got veterans health care, then you might not. It might not be an issue for you. Vet Ticks. Go to vettix.org. And their veteran discount. So if you or someone is a veteran, you got to upload your DD-214 to prove it. I've seen so many concerts. I've seen Tony Bennett and U2 and George Strait. So many free concerts being a vet. So check it out, vettix.org. So make a friend that's a vet and usually get 2 tickets and they can take you. 38, national parks, senior passes, state parks too. So reach out to, your national parks and state parks and say, hey, is there any discount for seniors or people on SSI or Medicaid or whatever the case may be? Number 39, if you're getting a Social Security check through Direct Express because you can't set up a bank account, Direct Express customer service is kind of difficult. For those people that have Direct Express, they know. Reach out to a bank. Sometimes banks, if you've had an issue with a bank because of, your credit history or whatever the case may be, and they won't give you an account. Sometimes they will if you just tell them, hey, it's for a Social Security check. And sometimes they'll let you go ahead and open an account for that. Number 40, DIB to RIB. Basically, if you're receiving disability, once you hit your full retirement age, that switch to retirement benefits. A lot of people don't realize that they're 70 years old and they think they're still on disability. No. You're on regular retirement benefits. There's no more work limitations, no more continuing disability reviews. So once you hit your full retirement age, you can do whatever you want. Social Security doesn't care. 41, flex cards. Those are those things you see advertised when I talked about, the $300 grocery card. You probably see an ad pop up on this. I can't control YouTube ads, what they show. But in terms of flex cards, those are available. But they're kind of advertised kind of scammy. You get some company that says, hey, call us and there's this $3,000 grocery card, and you call them up and they say, well, it's only for this 100 people in this county that have this particular plan. So they kind of do a bait and switch. They are available. You can reach out to Chapter and they can tell you if there's one available in your area. 42, legal. If you're having a legal issue, dispute with a landlord or something like that, reach out to your university law school, and usually they have like legal clinics and things like that. Reach out to the American Bar Association, which they probably have a chapter in your particular state, and sometimes you might get a lawyer that kind of helps you for free. Estate planning and all the rest of it. 43, same type of things with dental. A lot of Mission of Mercy, Catholic Charities, Dental Lifeline Network, Dentistry from the Heart, America's Tooth Fairy for kids and teens. Reach out to your dental society. Again, the same thing, university dental schools, and they usually have a lot of free services, cleanings, and fillings and all that kind of stuff. 44, these are some of the ones that when I did this before, people chimed in and they added these on. I don't have personal experience with a lot of these other ones, but I'm just going to throw them out there. Landscaping and cutting grass. I want to mow your lawn.com. So some people said they reached out to them and they got people came and mowed their lawn. So it's I want to mow your lawn.com. Yeah, if anybody's ever used that, let me know. 45 is a free laptop, computerswithcauses.org. So you might be able to get a free laptop with this. A few people have gotten that, so I'm not sure if how good it is, but definitely check it out. 46, museums. Museums for all, 1,200 museums, free or discounts. So particularly if you have like an EBT card, the food stamp card, you can get, it's called Museum for All. Spend a day at a museum, kind of decompress. Number 47, petsfortheelderly.org. So get a pet for the elderly, petsfortheelderly.org. 48, we all know this one, mealsonwheelsamerica.org. So Meals on Wheels, yes, it still is out there. It still exists. 49, a viewer sent this in. Most hospitals have programs that help individuals and families pay for costs and services not covered by insurance, such as deductibles or copays. So if you're going into a hospital and need help and paying deductibles or copays like that, just reach out to that particular hospital and say, hey, do you have any type of assistance? And the last is number 50. Department of Aging has various programs through the local governments. Department of Aging. Yes, there is a Department of Aging as of right now. So definitely reach out to, I forgot to click those things. So let me pop this up there. So you EBT, stimulus, respite, vet ticks, flex cards, legal, dental, hospitals, aging. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in. This is, how did I do there? 21 minutes. Okay. All right. That wasn't too bad. All right. Let's see here. Melissa, we live on $2,000 a month, bought a $100,000 off-grid fixer cabin and DIY, solar to the home, car, and e-bikes. 7.5 months a year. Location is key. Yes, location is always key. Moved near small growers so we could trade weekly. It's good. Wow. Good deal. Yeah. So, simplify. Old Henry David Thoreau, right? Suck out all the marrow of life. Are you scared to say the cost of living increases are killing us? No, I'm not. That's why I'm doing this video. We live in Northern California. Also, free spring water. Wi-Fi is $120 Starlink, and car insurance is $100. I wish there were less. Yeah, wow. Starlink that's an Elon Musk thingy, right? Ed, thank you for hosting it. You're welcome. Or living alone on Social Security. Official estimated food costs for living alone are higher than for 2 or more people. Citation needed. Okay, not sure. Don't think I said. Did I say? Yeah, but yeah. Especially if you're going, organic and stuff like that, then it gets really, really crazy expensive for food and everything. When collecting Social Security and starting a biz prior to full retirement age, saw on Social Security website that if I work 15 hours per week, even though the biz not making money, that I can't get Social Security benefit for that month. Is that true? Technically, legally, yes, but yes, legally, technically, according to the policy, but when you file your taxes and you get net income for whatever, you put anyway. So I'm just going to leave it there. So read between the lines. You didn't hear that from me. I have been. That's one of the good things about the Social Security computer system being based on 1970s technology of Fortran and COBOL. It's not that smart. So you can take that however you want to take it. I have been living on Social Security disability and Medicaid since 2010. I get food stamps, a reduced electricity cost, extra help with Medicare Part D for medications. I am not in advanced Medicaid plan. All right. So yeah. So it sounds like you're getting the Medicaid, but Medicaid has different levels. QMB, QI, Slim B, and different levels. If you get the higher levels, then they pay for your Part B, and they give you a bunch of other deals, and then you can get those Medicare Advantage dual eligible plans. Those are the ones that have the most extra benefits, like the grocery cards and all the rest of it. So, in regards to working and collecting Social Security before full retirement age for first year, if over the earnings, I owe $1 for every $2 over the limit for each month exceeded. So for the first year, if you're looking for retirement, survivor benefits, spouse benefits, and you're taking those benefits early, The first year, they can switch to what's called a monthly earnings test. So for next year, let's say next year what $23,400 is the annual earnings test. But let's say you want to go ahead and start your benefits in July. So if you make $1 billion from January till June, Social Security doesn't care. They just care about the month you start your Social Security benefits in July. And let me see what the number is. So it's for next year, it's $1,950. So the first month you go under $1,950 and stay under that for the rest of the year, then you can start your benefits. So again, it doesn't matter what you earned before, but note of caution, sometimes the claim specialists, they mess up. It's called the non-service months, and they code it wrong. And I did a bunch of training in my office. My employees always did it right, but there's employees throughout the country that do it wrong. And sometimes they will code it wrong, and then you'll get a nasty gram the following year that says, hey, you said you were going to stay under da-da-da. And you just have to go in there and say, yes, the person coded it wrong. They didn't. I told the person I'm going to stay under the 1950, and they just messed it up. So if you do the right thing and you get charged, you get an overpayment, that means they did it wrong. Very, very common mistake, unfortunately. I'm 75. How do I get a response to my application for totalization between Canada and US? I applied 17 months ago and sent 3 letters. I have Canada pension and old age security, 30 US work credits. Yeah, the totalization. So that's a totalization agreement between the United States and several countries throughout the world, that they use part of your Social Security credits and part of your Canadian pension credits to make you eligible for one or the other. And you filed it at your local district office, and they sent it to Baltimore, the Office of the International Operations. And then the OIO in Baltimore discusses it with their compatriots in Canada. But 17 months is way, 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 way too long. So what I would do is reach out. It's time to reach out to your political representative. Go on to your political representative, your senator or your congressperson's website. It has to be the federal one, not the state one. And there's a button on there that says, I need help with a federal agency. And you fill that out, send it in, and that'll light a fire under everybody. Can I open up my Social Security account on my own iPhone? Yeah, I don't see why not. I would definitely give it a try. Xfinity has an internet plan for people on Medicaid for only $9.95 a month. Awesome. So, yeah, there was a connectivity program that used to pay like $70, and then they downgraded it to $35, and now they completely went away with it. So yeah, a lot of people were getting that extra $30 a month help with their internet, but that stopped, unfortunately. Hello, I live in the Philippines, 5 years and 57 with severe leg issues. As an American that worked entire life, can I get SSDI from all my doctors here in the Philippines that I have no more treatments? Yeah, you can. If you're disabled, you paid into Social Security, inability to work. Yeah, you can file for disability anywhere. So just go online, schedule an appointment. It's always, I would kind of avoid the the federal benefits unit in Manila there, because again, you'd have to deal with the Office of International Operations, and yeah, it's a long drawn out process. If you can do it online, or if you're going back to the United States, sometimes do it at your local district office, and that'll save you months and months and months of time. How many months do they go back with the back pay for disability? A lot of variables there. It depends on whether your initial claim or whether you're an administrative law judge. I've seen it go back 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. It really depends on your level of your appeal. Is the amount I can make in a year if I'm not at full retirement age per month, or could I make $22,000 in 1 or 2 months? Yeah, you could, like next year it's $23,000. So you can make $23,400 in January and not work the rest of the year. And that means you're under the annual earnings limit, and then you're good. So it doesn't matter when you do it. It's for the entire year. But remember, the first year you retire, there's that monthly earnings limit. My disability, and I turned 65 years old. So is it permanent? I will receive, or Social Security will send a letter. So if you're on disability and you turn 65, no changes. When you're on disability and you turn your full retirement age, your disability switches to regular retirement benefits, and the check stays the same, direct deposit stays the same, but you no longer have any work limitations. You no longer have those CDRs, those continuing disability reviews. But if you're on disability and you're turning 65, here's what you need to do. You need to check, because in most states under 65, once you get Medicare, you can't get a Medicare supplement plan. So maybe you wanted one, you couldn't get one. Now you're 65, you might be able to get one. Well, you can. They can't deny you for pre-existing conditions or anything. Just it's 65. Check it out. See if it's right for you. If you're on disability, you turn 60. Check to see if you're entitled to any survivor benefits. You can get disability and survivor benefits. One offsets the other. When you're 62, check to see if you're entitled to any spouse benefits, divorce spouse benefits, and independently entitled divorce spouse benefits. Yep. So check all those at those particular times of your life. I'm 59 on SSDI, and it's my understanding that okay, I already answered that one. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. And you can work around 15 to 20 hours a week and make under $1,000. And as long as you report it Social Security status, it also won't trigger ticket to work. Yeah, not ticket to work. That's an agency that Social Security contracts with to help people, work if they're able to. You're talking about the trial work period, right? So the trial work period for next year is $1,160. So any month you go over that, you've triggered one of those 9 months work, the trial work periods, and it's 9 months. It's not consecutive months. Let's see. It's always good to see you. By the way, the Energy Assistance Program really do help. Yes, awesome. Yes, and remember, all the other utilities, gas and water and all the rest of it. So yeah, reach out to them, and it doesn't hurt. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, sit on hold forever, and say, "Hey, can you save me some money?" Right. I am 65 and working full time. I have federal employees' health benefits and signed up for Medicare Part A only. What advantage was this to me? Seems like my insurance company will save money, but I am paying the same premium. Yep. Pretty much, when you sign up for monthly Social Security benefits, you have to sign up for Part A anyway. So once you're 65, so you can't really get around it. But it's zero premium to you, right? So, do you help people find a Part D plans? Yep, Chapter has. They can help you find that. Let's see. Happy Saturday. May you have the best rest of your life. Hi, guys. You all too. Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. And then, speaking of that, on Thanksgiving Day, I'm going to be doing a 2 or 3 or 4 hour live Q&A, so y'all can reach out to your relatives during Thanksgiving, and maybe a little bit of an olive branch, bring them over, and we'll see if they're getting the correct benefits and see if we can find them any more money. So that'll start 2:00 West Coast time. Was that 4:00 East Coast time? I'm on my tablet and hubby. Okay, this PC can't. Okay, I'm not sure. My local hospital has both income-based financial aid and payment plans. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know. So they do exist out there. So if you're having a hard time, just reach out, receptionist there, and say, hey, help. Is it true that Social Security will be using a new AI system in 2025 that will allow them to see all my medical records? Don't they still need my authorization because of HIPAA? Yes, they need your authorization. When you file for disability benefits, you sign an SSA 827 is the form number. Yes, I still remember way too many of the forms. I can't get it out of my head. It's authorization to release medical evidence, and then that authorizes the doctors and clinics and everybody to get your medical evidence. So, will dental and vision be available through Medicare or Medicaid? Not Medicare. Some Medicaid does have dental and vision and stuff. If you have Medicare and Medicaid, remember, you can also get one of those Medicare Advantage dual eligible plans, and a lot of those do have some level of dental and vision and all the rest of it. So, if I had my original Medicare would have dental, vision, and hearing, because how healthy you are in retirement if you can't see, eat, or anyway. But nobody listens to me in the government, so there's that. It doesn't seem like they listen to any of us, right? So if I turn 67, because we need this mass movement. So if I turn 67 on December 28th, next 2025, will I not have an earnings limit starting January 2025? Okay, so you turn 67 next month, and turn 67 on December. Okay, so this year, and you were correct. You will not have an earnings limit because you're January 2025. You're past your full retirement age, so you can earn $1 billion a month, and you are good. Can you tell me about the gym membership again? Yeah, so a lot of those are tied to the Medicare Advantage plans, and they have gym membership. There's some actually Medicare supplement plans that also the companies that have the Medicare supplement plans also, offer Medicare Advantage plans, and they're starting to offer a little bit of stuff on the Medicare supplement plans like that, gym membership and dental discounts and stuff like that. But yeah, yeah, they are available. Could you post these resources in a link? Yeah, I've got a few videos that I did all the actual resources and stuff, but yeah. Many Americans have moved to Mexico, yes, and the Philippines and Portugal and Panama, and yeah. I have a link to your videos to a couple of coworkers over the last week. Keep up the great work. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, please share, subscribe. This way it gets out to more people. So if you don't know anybody yourself that might need this help, share, subscribe, like, and that teaches the dumb algorithms that this is important information. So, Laura, when you file for supplemental insurance, like Humana are the ones who offer this benefit. Yeah. So, supplemental, yeah, the Medicare Advantage plans have those benefits. So, but a lot of them do. Uber and grocery delivery work for me. Yes. Energy assistant is not for Social Security. It is for Medicaid and SSDI. Well, SSDI is Social Security. My gas company noticed my age 66 and called SSA to confirm I was on SSA and not SSDI, and then took my low rate away. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, if you're on SSI, the Supplemental Security Income, maybe that's what you're talking about. You confuse the acronyms there. But yeah, if you're on SSI, then you're categorically eligible for a lot of benefits out there, including energy assistance sometimes and Medicaid and stuff like that. But yeah, so you probably mean SSI. So yeah, that's a whole different. I was told by SSA that SSI is disability. That is correct. Social Security has two disability programs: SSI, Supplemental Security Income, welfare-based benefit. You can get that based on being disabled, or SSI Aged. You can get SSI, the Supplemental Security Income, the welfare-based program, based on being aged, 65 and older. And they have SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance, and you can have both. That's what a lot of people miss is the programs. You can have SSI and SSDI and Medicare and Medicaid and the extra help with prescription drug plans and a Medicare Advantage dual eligible plan and the grocery card. So people have all of those together. So quite often you see people, yeah, I've got this, that, and I say, what about this other one, the other piece of the puzzle? And they miss the other piece of the puzzle sometimes. So. Yes, I have a learning disability, but I'm 55 and I'm on SSI, and my dad passed away this July. And I think I heard you in one of your videos about this. So can I look into this if I can? Yes. If this is called a disabled adult child, DAC. If Social Security determines you were disabled before the age of 22, you could conceivably receive benefits on your father's record, on his retirement record as a surviving child. But Social Security would have to determine that you became disabled before the age of 22. All right. Yes, hit the like button. Nominate Dr. Ed for Secretary of Human Health and Human Resources. Yeah, Services. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, and yeah, RFK. That actually is one thing I saw that I'm going to do a video on that. Whether you disagree or disagree with this particular person, if they do something right, then you should, say something. So I'm going to do a video on one thing he looks like he might be doing right already. Online classes too. Many are free to audit without getting a certificate for passing. Keep that brain working. That is a fact. There you go. Good, good, good. They are taking that give back out. Next year in 2025, they cut the OTC by over $60 next year. And yeah, maybe in your particular area, some areas they've increased. So it really depends. They're all different throughout the country. Do you get paid for doing respite care for people? There are places, I know there's California, it's IHS or something like that, where they pay you money. In Colorado and other states. Yes. They help you provide services to the disabled and elderly. And sometimes I talk to a lot of people and they're receiving, money from the state to take care of a disabled person. And that disabled person just happens to be, their relative. So you can get those benefits as long as the funding continues. Is there anything that I can do? The attorney canceled my appeal with the judge. However, they neglected to correct the items in my file. Okay, yeah, I think we talked about this one. Coursera, Udemy, yes. University, MIT, yes. A lot of courses out there. So, yep, go out there and use your brain. Thank you so much for this. You're welcome. How do I get to see the information on the laws authorizing nursing homes to garnish a patient's Social Security disability check? So I'd reach out to your university legal clinic, and maybe they can, if you have an issue with a nursing home taking money out, then definitely check it out. Ed would do a great job and legitimately qualify for CMS HSS. Yeah, but I think he prefers to help our so I don't think I would make a very good politician. I'm kind of too, old Marine Corps sergeant. I mean, it's like, tell it like it is. I try to moderate myself. Social Security soon will not even cover the essentials. We need to do something on the cuts. Absolutely. Contact congressman, congresswoman, and senator to vote against reduction in Social Security and Medicare. Yes, absolutely, please. And because if we don't do anything, just a politician saying, I'm not going to reduce your Social Security or your Medicare, that doesn't help, because something has to be done. Because if it's not done, then not this next term, but the next one, that's when the cuts are going to happen naturally. So something has to be done. You just can't say, I'm not going to touch it. Well, you have to touch it. People be doubling and tripping up in different places. Yes. Dr. Ed, my first time here, and we are so glad that we found a channel to subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Oh, and Kimberly became a silver member. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. That gives me my, you can tell I'm hopped up on coffee today. So I needed the extra one, coffee IV. Yes, more thumbs up, please, please, please. This gets the information out there. My husband works 42 hours a week and going to be 65 in June, is eligible to apply for Medicare. Eligible, yes. If obviously it sounds like he worked and he's insured for Social Security and all that kind of good stuff. But if he works 42 hours a week and he has health insurance from work, and that employer has 20 or more employees and he's happy with it and everything, then he does not have to sign up for Part B. Save yourself the $185. But if you want to, then 65. If you're approaching 65 and you're already receiving Social Security benefits, then they will sign you up for Medicare automatically. If you have health from work, then you can return the Part B. If you're not receiving Social Security benefits, then you have to manually sign up for Medicare, Part A only, or Part A and B and get your money, or just A and B without your money and, delay your money till later. You have several different variables. Linda, thank you so much for the support. $5, I appreciate it. I'm retiring from Social Security on 12/27. We're still using PCOM with black and green monitor screens in the earnings area for my functions. All right, Linda, yes, PCOM and MCS and MISIX, and there's just so many acronyms. So congratulations on your retirement. Reach out to me. I've been looking for someone to help. I've get a lot of questions, and just me and my son, and he didn't work for Social Security. He helps me with the technical type stuff. I really need help, helping people get the benefits they're entitled to. So reach out to me and we'll see what we can figure out. I applied for survivor benefits April 2024, received a check in August. I was back paid to April. Good. Will I be docked for my wages, April, May, June, and July? Hopefully they release those back pay back to April, because you told them you were, working, and they took that into consideration and they still determined. So again, for this year, if you were making, if you went over your annual earnings limit, that's fine. But if starting in, was it April, you started making under $1,860 and you're going to stay under that for the rest of the year, then you are good. But there will be a reduction because he will be taking it early before fraud. Yes, anytime you take benefits before your full retirement age, there's a reduction. There's an exception to that, and a particular variation of survivor benefits. Just like everything with Social Security and the government, there's exceptions, the exceptions. Jason, I tried calling the senator in my area, but waiting for response, but we only got 2 weeks left for them to pass bills. Yeah, yeah, there's one that's going up there that's going to cost us over $190 million. So some state, local government workers can get some more money. So yeah, yeah. I heard any Manila offices are not well run, but I hope that American one would be better for SSDI. Yeah, it's not as though the Manila office they've only got one Social Security employee. Hey, Jason, he's nice, super nice guy, super hard worker, very compassionate, loves his job, loves working with people, loves helping people. But it's just him in all of Asia, and the rest of the people in the embassies are just kind of they're taught a little bit. So yeah, they need to do something for that international situation. We have a question. My boyfriend is 61 and he would like to know if his ex-spouse turned 62 and she will file for Social Security from his Social Security. Will he collect his amount less because she's filing to take half? No, it wasn't. It won't affect him at all. So if you've got an ex that is entitled to benefits on your record, it won't affect your benefit. If you have three exes that file for benefits on your record, it won't affect yours, and those three exes won't affect each other. Could you imagine if that happened? Oh my gosh, we would have all kinds of crazy TV shows about murders and craziness. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I definitely went over 1860 because I did not even hear from Social Security. So I continued to work and went over the limit of 1860. But remember, the 1860 is the monthly limit. Did you also go over the yearly limit? The 22,000. So yeah, I would reach out to them and say, hey, am I going to get an overpayment next year? Because what happens is, what will happen is if it turns out to be an overpayment, if you call them up, try to fix it, and they do whatever, I would just keep that money in the bank. And then when you file your taxes next year, it goes to the IRS, and the IRS notifies Social Security of how much you make, and they will, send you a nice little letter that says, hey, you made $1,000 too much, or you made $2,000 too much, or whatever the case may be. Pay us back that money. And remember, you pay $1 for every $2 you go over. I will be eligible for Medicare next autumn. If I opt to go with a supplement, will I need to answer health questions in following years, or is it automatic? If you're eligible, so if this is your first eligibility for Medicare, like you're 65 or something, then no, you do not have to answer health questions to get a Medicare supplement because you're in your golden window. I am disabled and have a share of costs. It's so much. Yeah, so the Medicaid, as I mentioned, there's several levels of Medicaid, and one of those levels is, they'll kick in once you share the cost. So you pay in the first $200 or $500 or $1,000 or whatever the case may be. I wish Ed could be a counselor to JFK. He's got a huge job. Yeah, RFK, Robert. Anyway, but yeah, thank you. Yeah. If any of these guys, I was watching congressional testimony, and I have a boring life. I was sitting around having fun watching congressional testimony. Anyway, because Shohei Ohtani wasn't playing, so that's over. So what are we going to do until next Ohtani season? But anyway, so I was watching that, and the outgoing commissioner was talking to these politicians, and I guess the outgoing commissioner is going to try to do something else political, so he wasn't able to tell these politicians how disingenuous they are. Let's say that. But I'm going to make a video and I'm going to call them out. So 3-hour difference between East and West Coast. Yep. I had a call with chapter for my brother today. Great service. Thank you, Dr. Weir. Tons of hearts. I appreciate that. Awesome. Good deal. And thank you for looking out for your brother. We love that when it's like, hey, I've got an aunt, uncle, brother, or sister that I'm helping out. So yes. Oh, yeah. So did I read it wrong? Yeah. 2 p.m. Yes. 2 p.m. West Coast time, 5 p.m. Yeah, that's right. A 3-hour difference. Yeah. Sorry, I misspoke. Thank you. I'm having trouble because share of cost is way too much. What can I do? Yeah. Just all of those things that we recommended, share of costs, apply for Medicaid again, make sure, your level of Medicaid is correct. Reach out to those hospitals. If you, get a Medicare Advantage plan, if it's right for you, and maybe you can save some money there. So you reach out to chapter and they can see what they can do for you. Please explain Medicaid estate recovery. Yeah, so it really depends on your particular state. Sometimes, particularly if you go into a nursing home and the state Medicaid pays for it, they have like a 5-year look back. Some states they have what's called this ladybird thing where they don't look back at all. But the 5-year look back, if the Medicaid paid for your nursing home and then you pass away, they can come take your home. That's why people put their home in irrevocable trust 5 years before, that, if you know when that is going to be. And that protects your home so you can give it to your kids and stuff like that. But some states are a little bit more rambunctious than others on going after people. So yes, it is. If so, you have to understand it's Medicaid is a welfare-based program, low income, low resources, and then if you access that free help from taxpayer dollar, it's incumbent upon the state to make sure they're being fiscally responsible and not giving it to someone that's got $3 billion in the bank account and 3 houses and stuff like that. If they find out that, they go after that. But one of the things they do is also go after your house. Thank you very much for being the caring person you are. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes, Silver Sneakers Gym Benefit. Yeah, that's one of the national programs out there, Silver Sneakers. And yes, so we're getting to the New Year's resolutions where everybody's going to join Silver Sneakers and one of the other local gyms and stuff like that and go to it for like 2 weeks. So everybody that actually goes to the gym stays away for the first 2 weeks until everybody stops coming. So let's keep it going all year. Do DAC survivor benefits convert to retirement benefits at 65, or do they stay DAC forever? They stay DAC forever. Disabled adult child benefits forever. So it's, survivor benefits forever. Let's see. Is it true if you take advantage of the EBT card, I think it's cold for food, and then you come into money because you sell your house and whatever, do you have to pay that money back? Again, it really depends on the particular state. Anytime you file for any of those programs, Department of Social Services, Medicaid, welfare, SSI, whatever the case may be, you sign a statement that you pledge, you promise to tell them if you get a bunch of money in the lottery or inheritance or something like that, so they can stop those benefits. So if you get any money like that, then you shouldn't have to pay it back. You should call them immediately so they can stop your EBT card and all the rest of it. So. And a lot of people just, they forget to do it or they don't do it, and then they get jammed up later. So, hello, Dr. Ed. Do you believe this year is going to be better be a better year? I'm super crazy, stupid, optimistic. My wife hates it, but I might. Historically, for 60 years, I've been optimistic, but with just looking at Social Security, which is my main mission in doing this channel, is to help you all get your Social Security benefits and make sure it's here for you in the future and your kids and everything like that. But it doesn't matter who won the election. This is the next administration, the next 4 years is crunch time. We've put it off way, 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 way too long, for decades. And this is our last chance. So it doesn't matter who the president is or Congress or Supreme Court. This is our last chance. And if we don't take it, then we're done. Then in 2031 or 2034, then we're going to get 17% cuts in all your checks, 21% cuts, or another estimate is 33% cuts if particular laws are passed. So, yes. Oh, thank you, Melissa. It's IHSS in California. You can get paid for taking care of a relative or a friend. Yes. So IHSS. And there's other ones similar to that throughout the country. So check your state and say, hey, I've got a disabled neighbor, I've got a disabled relative or elderly or something like that, and he needs help. Can you get paid to do that? Yes. I had to write an in-kind letter. Oh, wow. Thank you. That's I like it. Very diplomatic. An in-kind letter, an unkind letter to Medicaid when I was taking care of my dying aunt. Okay. An in-kind. Oh, okay. In-kind support and maintenance, probably. Yes. That. Okay. I thought you were trying to be Shakespearean. Unkind letter. but an in-kind letter. So yeah, they just changed the laws in terms of Social Security. It's in-kind support and maintenance for food and also rent. So if you're helping someone, giving them some monthly help with food or rent or something like that, Social Security SSI, the Supplemental Security Income Program, started counting that differently this year. So if you're getting any of that, make sure you reach out to Social Security and say, hey, you've been holding that against me, and I heard the laws change. Can we readjust that so you can get a higher benefit? So I think we're at number over 100 of different programs that we're able to help. So please share, like, and to get this out there. I didn't take survivor benefits last year after my husband died. Is there a time limit? Nope, no time limit. I'm 64 and I am not sure if it makes sense to make the spousal or wait until you're 70. Well, your spousal benefits definitely will not increase after your full retirement age. That will not increase. Your own retirement benefits will increase up until the month you turn 70 years old. It's called the delayed retirement credits. Your benefits increase on your own record if you don't touch them, if you let them accumulate. If your full retirement age is 67, when you start your benefits at 70, you get 24% extra. That's 8% every year. But survivor benefits don't increase after your full retirement age. And sometimes, if your deceased spouse took their benefits early, your survivor benefits don't increase after 62 and a half. There's a lot of people out there that don't know. Survivor benefits are weird, calculated kind of strange. And so there's a lot of people out there that, are not getting benefits they're entitled to. I appreciate the channel so much. I appreciate it. I will share this one for sure. Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. I had just turned over to SSA. I was on SSDI, and gas got notice of proof of need, and they noticed my tax form, and we got every year said SSA. Gas company said low rates are not for regular SSA. Oh, okay. So your particular gas company says you can only you only qualify for whatever discount if you're receiving SSI, the welfare-based program. So I guess that's your particular gas company in your particular neck of the woods. It's so hard and stressful these past 4 years, praying for better days ahead for all of us and who are on SSA. Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Social Security utilizes the high 35 years. So I worked 30 years and had a minimal or no income for 5. Are the low income years affecting my Social Security benefit amount? Yes, because they take your average index monthly earnings throughout your life, and they divide it by 35 years. So if there's zeros there, then mathematically it just brings it down a little bit. But is there any truth to what came out on the internet? That's always a bad way. That all on SSI must file papers or lose SSI immediately. I don't know anything about that. I haven't. If you see something like that, I'm not sure what kind of papers they're talking about. It sounds like a scare website to get you to click or something. How much is Medicare going to charge in 2025? Well, the Medicare Part B is $185 for 2025. In Congress, specifically the House, trying to use up the Social Security Trust to dissolve it sooner or later. Yeah, that one of the tricks is to trick us with misdirection. Telling us that the trust fund is a bunch of IOUs and it was stolen, it was given to Ukraine or these people or that people. The trust fund is still there. Every time you cash your check, that's part of the trust fund. This year, it's probably about 7 or 8% of your check is from the trust fund. So the trust fund is paying money back. It is paying it back like it should. It's paying it back with interest. It's just that it's going to run out because they did some miscalculations in the 1980s. I've talked about that a million times. So, all right, I'm going to jump around. I've got different questions here, and we're running out of time. And let's see here. The base monthly premium for Part B will be $185, an increase of $10 or so. Yes. Let's see. If someone is receiving retirement benefits from a retirement plan, will their Social Security be less than what that person applies? No, unless that retirement plan is from what's called non-covered employment, that you worked in a city, state, local government that did not pay into Social Security. There's only about 3% of people that are under that. So if it's just a regular private retirement plan, no, it does not affect your Social Security benefits at all. My 62-year-old friend recently suffered a major accident and can no longer work. They are also caregiver for disabled parents. They've been told to file for Social Security benefits early. Um, One of the options, if you're 62 years old and you need that money coming in, you can file for early retirement. Yes, it will reduce your benefits. But if this person is also disabled, they can file for disability benefits at 62 or any age. Um, you can't, there's no disability after full retirement age. But 62 years old, the trick is you can file for disability benefits, but the disability benefit, to get an initial decision, it takes 6 to 9 months if you're lucky. A lot of people can't, survive 6 to 9 months, financially without money coming in. So what you can do if you're 62, you can go ahead and also file for retirement benefits. At the same time, you file for disability benefits, and that way, at least you got some money coming in. But one point is that once they approve your disability, they might take however many months you want early retirement. They might reduce that benefit a little bit based on how many months you took early retirement. But it really depends on when they start your disability benefits. So, all right, we're over the hour there. So yes, please continue to type in the chat, and then when I've got the video posted in as a regular video, then in the description, if you've got any food bank or other type of resources in your particular area, please type it in the description, and we'll use this as a resource that you can share for anybody that you know, and we'll